to make his presentation. Let's clap for Joseph Joroge. Yeah, holiday homes as it sounds. Holiday homes. Sasa, wacha tumsikize Joseph. Karibu sana Joseph.
Yes. Good afternoon. Yes, that's my name. I'm one of the directors of Pazurina Holiday Homes, and I'll ask Patrick to present so that I can take you to Diani briefly. So we specifically deal with beach properties, holiday homes, and we focused in holiday homes because we understand very well that you people, when you come back home, you normally go to coastal area or any other holiday place to enjoy and relax. And we thought if you could have a home in such a place like Diani, which has the best beach in Africa, and where the government has done a lot of infrastructures, as you well be aware that the Dogokundu bypass, the road that connects you from SGR, from the Moi International Airport to South Coast is already completed. It is one of the most expensive road infrastructure you have in Kenya. The government has also done an airport so that big aeroplanes can land in Diani. And why they are doing all this, it is because Diani is the hub of tourism in Kenya, and they want Diani to compete with other major destinations for the holiday, like Cape Town, Zanzibar, and that's why the government is doing quite a lot in South Coast. South Coast is still like a virgin land. For those of us who are able to have a piece of Diani, we are looking forward in the next few years, the appreciation will be very high. And therefore, we as Pazurina, we are well set in the South Coast to give you not just land, but land which is a resort. We've done gated estates of holiday homes. And inside that gated resort, we have a hotel and a mini golf course. And therefore, if you own part of that land, it's like having a home in a hotel. So the value of it is will be very high, even in terms of when you are away, when you want to rent out your house, it will be able to fetch a lot. And right now, at the moment, what we are doing on the ground is we are building, houses are coming up, and most of people who have bought, over 70% are in diaspora, because some of them told me that they have children. I have one who told me he's in UK. He told me he has children who are born in UK, and when he brought them as teenagers to Kenya, they went to Nyeri, and the children said they don't want to come back to Kenya again because Nyeri was a bit boring. But when we introduced this idea of holiday homes in Diani, he said, yes, that's a great idea. It will give a reason for kids to come back home, to connect with their motherland. I don't know. Yes, you can have it.
This is Diani, a fast-rising hub of investment in Kwale County. Located in Kenya's south coast, some 30 kilometers from Mombasa, Diani is quickly gaining a reputation as the go-to place for any entrepreneur. From manufacturing titans like Devki Steel to textile gurus like Joseph Sibyl, Diani has industry heavyweights pitching tent, making its economy rich and vibrant. As a result, the area has experienced a massive facelift over the years, with even government recognizing its potential and heavily investing in this tropical paradise. Be it airport expansion, increased road network connectivity like the newly constructed Dongokundu bypass, thriving fishing port, or establishment of a special economic zone, Diani is definitely flourishing. When it comes to tranquility and beauty, Diani boasts of an impressive allotment of touristic destinations. From the scenic Shimoni Caves to the breathtaking Wasini Island, the jaw-dropping Shimba Hills National Reserves, to record-breaking white sandy beaches, Diani offers the very best of luxury living. So, how can one have a taste of this never-ending vacation? The answer: Pazurina Holiday Homes. As experts in luxury living with years of experience when it comes to plots, Pazurina guarantees clients a good return on investment. Whether high-end parcels from 3 million Kenya shillings or affordable plots from 550,000, they have you covered. You can choose to invest in one of their prime real estate locations like the luxurious Diani Pazurina Golf Resort Annex, Bustani Phase 2 and Golf View Estate. Gated communities with readily available water, visible beacons, perimeter walls and ready title deeds. They also have Vista Upper Hill and Bustani Phase 1, all with breathtaking views. The best part, clients are already constructing. Just take a look at these gorgeous client houses coming up. They also offer free site visits at your convenience any day of the week. But don't just take their word for it.
My name is Jacqueline Kuhn, founder of Kenyan Women in Germany. A friend of mine once told me about Pazurina, so I decided to go out there and start checking on them. What fascinated me about Pazurina is their flexible payment plan, and I must also mention they do deliver. Everything was done for us, so we were seated over here, like the paperwork, and within a period of 2.5 months, the title deeds were delivered by none other than the CEO himself, Mr. Joseph.
I am a proud owner of a piece of land in Diani with an aim of building a holiday home in the days to come. I had my title deed within less than 2 months. I live in the UK and I was able to go through the process very well.
With Pazurina, the future is definitely bright. Invest today and get your bragging rights as your investment grows through the number +254 712 110 110 or email info@pazurina.com and start your investment journey. Pazurina Holiday Homes, opening great investment opportunities.
Now, for those who are interested, the land is available and pocket friendly for each and every one of us. You're welcome.
Great. I think we'll be joining Nairobi in a moment. Unless there's something quick we can present as we prepare Nairobi. Patrick? Michael, I don't know if Michael is hearing us and can do introduction. Hi, Michael. Hi, Michael. Let's see. Mr. Morintat, can you hear us? Yeah. Hang on, we can see you. We can see you. We're just fixing sound. I believe you can hear me. So don't go away. Tulia tu hapo, just as I can see you. Michael, I can see you. Peter, nakuona vizuri sana. Options, wako hapa ama wako chini? Anybody? Daktari had a very pertinent question. You wanted to ask to them or it's a general question? I think wako chini. Kama mtu anaweza kuwapata, tutafurahi sana. And we just want to thank our viewers online. Remember, you can watch us via Facebook, YouTube, Chams Media TV, that's YouTube. My fan page, that is Alex Chamwada, and Chams Media. Ladies and gentlemen, as I told you, from Australia in May, second weekend of May, we will be going to the UK. Then the following weekend we'll be in Germany. We'll go to the US to tour 5 cities and wind up in Toronto, Canada. And after that, yes. Mivida, stand by for your presentation. So, but yeah, I was giving you an overview of where we are headed next. Those are and these forums are unique, and we are glad with your own testimonies here. You've said this has never been probably done to this level in Australia. You've done it, yes, you've had meetings, cultural events, but where you have a roadshow, Perth City, Adelaide, Melbourne, and 3 days. And the value of this, and we thank the communities, is you are interacting with our partners from Kenya. Some of you already musha kula ugali. So kula is not the right word. Eh? Okay, how do I put it? Some of you musha, diseme aje, musha onja, musha kula, musha interact na wa Kenya. Me have so many invites. Sijui nitaanzia wapi. Kuanzia leo kesho kuja tukule ugali nyumbani sijui nitachagua aje, but it's just to say we really appreciate. Many of our investors already have their diaries full. They want to, I've seen some have meetings tomorrow, the day after, and that's the value of organizing it with the communities. And thank you so much, Justin and your people. Next is Mivida. Utajiintroduce mwenyewe, simama hapa ndio kamera ikuone. Alafu twange kazi. Tumpigie makofi.
Thank you, Alex. Good evening, Melbournians. I'll take that with me. Thank you so much for your hospitality. It's been a great pleasure and joy to be with you. Alex, these are great and real investors. It's fun talking to them and the kind of questions they ask. They know what they want. And I'm very, very impressed by this crowd. So briefly, I'll tell you, my name is Alice. I'm the sales manager at Mivida Homes, back in Garden City in Nairobi. Mivida Homes is an institutional developer backed up by 2 institutional giants. That's Actis, which is a private equity fund, and Shapoji Palonji Real Estate. If you cannot say that word. Shapoji Palonji Real Estate from India, but we allow you to say SPRE. So SPRE and Actis came together and formed Mivida Homes in quest to solve the solution of shortage of affordable homes in Nairobi. A report was released some time back that declared that we had a shortage of about 2,000 homes in Nairobi. And so Mivida is here to deliver at least 3,000 homes every 5 years. We are dedicated to do that through our very strong, well-qualified, fully qualified development management team. We have a very vibrant sales team that has so far sold out the flagship project for Mivida. So Mivida Phase 1 is sold out, and then we have another very strong team that we refer to as the facility management team that takes care of your investment, takes care of your tenant, and at a very minimum fee, they just remit your income to you every 5th of the month. So without saying much, I know we've been through a very long day and we still have a beautiful evening to go through. I will introduce to you Phase 2 of Mivida that we are referring to as Amaya by Mivida. Amaya simply means live a new life. Karibuni sana.
Asante sana. Very, very well. Great. Is there anyone who has something out of the ordinary to contribute to the forum? Because we've been talking, presenting, at least we went out of our way to speak about education, and then there was health, insurance, PESA, bank, but as we prepare, is there any question related to the forum or a contribution that you want to make on probably how we can make this better or how Daring Abroad has transformed your lives? How many have been featured on the show Daring Abroad in one way or another? Raise up your hands. George, of course, yeah. Mr. Le Presido, Justin, was on Daring Abroad. Nani walimuwatch? And all the way from Melbourne. We did a Zoom interview and it went on. You are watched by well over 2 million people on TV alone. I don't know about online, but every week Daring Abroad is watched by about 2 million people on NTV. And the show is quite prime. Saturday, 7:30 p.m. and repeated on Sunday at 1:30 p.m. Online, a half of our audience on YouTube, or a half of those who watch us on YouTube are in the diaspora. Now, you need to really work harder because of that half of the diaspora, the bulk of our viewers are in the US. So there's a time then Europe was coming. Diaspora, Europe was coming second and Australia third. Around that time, we did stories about Australia, but with the time, the numbers went down, so I don't know, you stopped watching us when we stopped coming to feature you people. So you'll be back again after this forum. So let's see if Australia can come back and maybe compete the US. Those are the numbers, so it means you people are great. You are doing well. Middle East is also coming up, and it's because we did some stories in the Middle East. Options, nimeona Joe, a quick one. George has a quick and very quick George. Najua wewe unaweza kuongea. Kidani, 30 seconds.
Wow, my question was to the support given by Options to bring young people to Australia. For us at Optiven Foundation, we have over 600 young people. We pay for them fees. They finish, some go to TVET, they're out there. They have no connection at all in the other world because they are orphans. Is there any way Options we can partner with Optiven Foundation? Maybe we sponsor 20% and say, maybe you also have to do your CSR. Even if we bring 5 or 10 of these children to this market, maybe we may change their generation. That was my request. Because these are the children that they have no relative, nobody to look at them, but you have educated them. And for all those entrepreneurs who are here, get in touch with us. Some of these kids we sponsor, they are accountants, they are marketers, they are contractors. Of course, Optiven, we give them some work, but there are so many we cannot absorb all of them. So if you're out there, like Shege here, in your construction, talk to us. We can be able, Centum, talk to us. We can be able to give you some of those qualified ones because let's change their story. That was my only comment, my boss.
Very good contribution. Tumpigie makofi, George, tena. So it was an observation, a comment. Unless you want to say something, Joe, quickly. Yeah, come in front of the camera. And your names are rhyming. Optiven. Options.
I didn't even realize that. Look, I think what you've said is doable. What usually happens is we just need to show proof that indeed it's a foundation which is a non-for-profit, I'm assuming. And then what you can do is create some form of scholarship within the organization, and have it drafted by obviously professional, where it shows the terms and conditions in order to meet the eligibility to get the scholarship by Optiven, and hopefully some of these other companies here. But if you can do that, then I believe that's just a matter of attaching the proof of that these kids are orphans. So maybe there's death certificates to show they indeed are orphans, and they're being funded by a proper scholarship which follows the correct procedure. So that way, it doesn't look like you're looking to dodge and take people to Australia not the correct way. Yeah. So it's definitely doable. Yeah. Thanks.
Great. Thank you so much. Beautiful. Do you know what you are doing and what we've done? The remittances to Kenya will go up. I think they've already gone up by some percentage, because when I was down there, I was being told, pesa imeingia. Sasa si mnaona, you are really key to remittances back home. Clap for yourselves. And for us, when I quit my employment to go into this kind of, by the way, there's someone who told me, when I was growing up, someone told me, met me in the streets. I used to see a journalist as a person who has a pen and a book, and another one who is coming on TV in the evening talking to me. But Alex Chamwada, sio kujipigia debe tu. You've changed how we perceive journalism, that you can transform journalism into a much more transformative way of using your pen and your microphone. Isn't this a microphone? Am I just in some press conference? I mean, I did a lot of those somewhere and just reporting. But I'm with you, with this microphone, with Edison there, doing investment and transforming your motherland and where you stay. Clap for ourselves. Yeah, so that's quite transformative. I can hear sound now. Are we on air? Hi, Peter. Can you hear me? Hear me?
Recording in progress.
Great. Who else is online? Justus, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, Alex.
Michael, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, so we want to go into something legal, something about law, something about as you are there abroad, some of the do's and don'ts and how a good lawyer back home can enable you invest back home and understand your legal obligations back home, including, how we use tax. So we have a law, who is representing a law firm that is partnering with us to educate the diaspora on certain aspects. For example, we've serialized aspects of your tax obligations back home. So as you buy land from Pazurina or Optiven, as you buy a house from Mivida, and as you form your companies back home, what are some of your obligations? So I would like to introduce Michael. Michael Zimanji is a lawyer by training also. So you can't believe this. I met Michael in a church, Sitam, where Sitam Karen, Georgia Najua. I used to do announcements for the church, pro bono, nobody pays me, where now it's time for announcements, let's go to the media team for announcements. Then I say, welcome congregations and happy Sunday. Then you make announcements like a report, and then you say, thank you so much for watching and have a blessed Sunday. So that's what I used to do. Michael met me one day and told me, I want to do the announcements with you. We've transformed him from the legal practice, which he hasn't abandoned. He's now actually our top presenter after me in Champs Media. The voice, deep voice, you've heard there in some of the productions like Pazurina, that's Michael Zimanji. And you've seen him present Daring Abroad. Let's clap for Michael Zimanji. So Michael, then you find, apart from writing, coming on camera, he's also our legal person in the company. So all those skills combined, he's a producer, And that's what Champs Media does. So, Michael, if you are hearing me, come on air and introduce Peter. Tell us the context of this discussion, and let's keep it short. Maybe about 5 minutes should suffice, and then we'll have some question and answer session after that. Michael, take it away as my co-presenter in Nairobi.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I believe you can hear me. Thank you so much for giving me this platform. And thank you so much for always supporting us as Chance Media, as we do what we do. So mine is very short. Mine is just one of introducing our next speaker. Mr. Morintat Peter Oibo, who is an advocate and founding partner and president at McKay Advocates. He holds a bachelor's degree in law from the University of Nairobi and a postgraduate diploma in law from the Kenya School of Law, a diploma in management of information systems, and a master's degree in international business law from the University of Cambria. Yes, in the UK. Yes, so Oibo specializes in corporate and commercial law practice with a focus on mergers and acquisitions, energy and infrastructure, oil and gas, joint ventures, corporate finance, capital markets, private equity, foreign direct investment, fintech, telecommunications, debt structuring and structuring of real estate projects, deal structuring and aviation. Clearly, he has an impressive portfolio. He has acted as a lead legal advisor to both local and international clients in numerous transactions in various targeted sectors, including construction and real estate, financial services, energy, and the public sector, and is known for his team-oriented work ethic and building close client relationships to ensure timely, cost-effective legal advice for his clients. He also renders innovative and practical solutions to McCain's clients and is a key cog of the firm's meteoric rise. So that is who we have today, and he's going to tell us a bit about investing in Kenya and how you can begin having your company in Kenya as you flourish abroad. So with that, let me just invite Mr. Morintat to take over. Welcome, sir. Hello. No, just a bit of technical difficulties, lakini not at all any vifaranga vya computer here. Let me just get him a few and we shall continue. So, very sad. Just give us a minute. We are getting back to it. But as we wait for Mr. Morintat to continue, so ideally this session is, many people always ask us, what are the do's, what are the don'ts when investing abroad, and that is why we have him. Mr. Morintat, are you with us?
Sorry, I don't know what happened, the problem of virtual speaking. Good afternoon,
No
everyone. As you've heard, this is Oibo Morintat. I'm a partner with McKay and Company Advocates, and McKay and Company Advocates are also partners with Chance Media. I'm very happy to join you this afternoon. The last time I was in Australia, we were with Alex Chamwada in Perth in 2019 for the Oil Africa Week. I'm also a friend of Australia generally, with some of my family members there in Melbourne. I have Janet, Lena, Isaac, and Lydia, who are my sisters and brother. And they were really looking forward to hosting me. Apologies that I have to virtually. I still also have actually a group, a diverse clientele that I serve from Australia, the Keegans from Perth, and I think Mr. Kamoyo from down there in Melbourne. I have very few minutes. As you've heard, I run a firm called McKay Advocates. It's a 10-year-old practice that is founded in 2013. The farm has since grown. We are now 7 partners and 17 lawyers and another 17 support staff, altogether 34, with offices in Nairobi and an out branch office in Nakuru. We also have international associations with leading firms globally, including Wiggins from the UK, King and Spalding from an American, as well as White and Case and Whiteford. We're happy to join you and speak very briefly. I had prepared some slides, but I think in the interest of time, we'll quickly just go through it. I've already explained about Mackay Advocates. We are an all-service corporate commercial practice, divided into various practice areas. We have, I lead the commercial practice, which essentially deals with all the corporate commercial services. My colleague Eva Wanja is a partner in charge of state conveyance banking, so a certified public secretary who serves as a campus guide for thousands of companies, both Kenyan and international. We have an active arbitration and litigation practice headed by my colleagues Eric Kivuba. Kivuba has a media background, having served with Alex Chamwada in the media industry, and he's actually part of the strong bond that we enjoy with Champs Media. Eric works closely with Paul Mamani, also a partner in litigation and arbitration. We have also a practice in intellectual property, and occasionally there are people who do not pay other people's debts, and so we have a debt and recoveries practice, which sometimes is a cash cow, you know, when in following up debts, because then you do on success basis and are able to bill quite a significant portion of the fees. Now, setting up in Kenya, we support Kenyan and international clients. We support many Kenyans in the diaspora in investing back home using our various divisions. If it is about company law, I'll lead you on that with my colleague David Sarinke. If it is about buying a property, Eva Wanja will be able to assist you on that. And if it is about litigation or arbitration, then Eric and Paul will be able to assist you in that respect. But just very briefly, I think on real. So what we have for clients generally is, prior to getting any investment, appoint a lawyer, be represented from the negotiations, have your lawyer carry out sufficient due diligence from the beginning, so that by the time you are going to enter into an agreement, you have already covered a significant ground on the due diligence on the property that you are investing in. Now, the legal process also is fairly long and complicated, but we have made a lot of progress now in Kenya with the recent land laws that have come to consolidate, and we have a major way now of trying to digitize the various land registries that will make the work of even foreign investors, Kenyans in the diaspora, to basically at the back of their computer, move in and search and find out the status of the property they want to buy in or monitor their own property. Now, on areas of company law, there is a very big influx now of foreign direct investment, investors who are coming out, either a private equity fund or as ordinary investors who have come together to pool resources and bring the money back here for investment. Kenya is leading now in fintech and technology investments. We have so many startups of companies that are, they start here and within 1 or 2 years, they've become global companies in fintech and in technology. M-Pesa has given Kenya such a huge platform and a huge profile in terms of mobile banking and fintech. Now, with the change in government now, there is a lot of focus on migration both investors coming into the country as well as Kenyans who desire to travel out of the country. So we have also an active immigration practice that advises on both migration into Kenya and immigration outside Kenya. The current government is very aggressive in terms of widening the tax base. So continuously we advise our clients on areas of tax and the new changes in the tax law and how best they can run tax efficient businesses and or even for their own individual purposes. I think in a nutshell, that is what I will say in brief about today. I will have really been very happy to join you guys in Melbourne. Had it not been for logistical challenges, certainly Alex, you are not leaving me behind on the next trip daring abroad.
Thank you so much, Peter. Yes, I remember.
Thank you.
We were together here in 2019. Collins Akwapa Mamenda, Muchocho. You remember Collins and Steve Kuria? Conference, and we toured various. Yes, so Mackay, wako hapo. Feel free in future if you have any legal issue to deal with back home, then they would be there for you. They are good partners and they are quite informed when dealing with the diaspora and linking you with your mother country. So he's listed the areas of specialization, and you've seen they have a team of 17. Well done, Peter, and your team. Tuwapigie makofi. One question that you may have for Peter. Hang on, Peter, just one question. Anything you want to know that maybe has been disturbing you? I know one question people keep asking is, sijui double taxation, sijui nikiwa hapa, what are the taxes I need to pay back home? Is that true? Now, wengine, by the way, Peter, I wanted to feature someone here, na hana business nyumbani, but akona business hapa. Akakataa, akasema KRA watanimulika. Is that the case, Peter?
Issue that the income has to be derived in Kenya. Then the second issue on the issue of tax is that you will be taxed either as a resident or a non-resident. If you live outside Kenya for more than 180 days in 1 year, then you will be taxed as a non-resident. But if you live in Kenya for more than 180 days, you will be taxed as a resident. But the taxation is only for income which is derived in Kenya.
Well expounded. Any asked that on your behalf? Martin, as you said, land in Australia and back home. Okay, there's one question here. Kuja mbele ndio uonekane kwa village kwenu, right in the village. Si mnamuona? Yameonekana, umemulikwa.
Niko kwa TV.
Yes.
Sai?
Yes.
Wow, first time. Anyway. Tatuma salamu baadaye. Anyway, wanawakili, thanks for the presentation. I have a quick question for you. Actually, it's a request. Are you able to provide us with, are you there or here? Sorry. Are you able to provide us with an update on the issue of the new system that was introduced during Minister Caronet's time when she was the previous minister in the previous regime? She started a new system within the lands ministry at Disasa. Thank you very much. Are you able to provide us an update on where that, whether the rest of the country has now been covered? Because initially I think it was only in Nairobi. Thank you.
Yeah, great. So at Disasa, that's a
thank you very much.
Yeah. So and yes, go ahead, Peter.
The process of. Can I go, Charles? Alex? Hello?
Yeah, go ahead, Peter.
We have a very innovative new land administration management system that is called Adisasa. Adisasa is several things in one. One, it is trying to digitize all the previous land registry records. So all the previous title deed files, survey records, all of them are being digitized into one platform that is called Adisasa. And then secondly, once the platform has been digitized, every user of every owner of land or every lawyer or agent then will have an Adisasa account. From that Adisasa account, then you can access details about transferring your property, carrying out a search on your property, paying land rates, paying stamp duty through that platform of Adisasa. Now, like all processes of change, Adisasa has had significant challenges in its being rolled out. But I think in Nairobi now we are almost 100% on Adisasa for all the land transactions. So occasionally you can have some challenges in some technology modules which have not yet been introduced, but the government has rolled out Adisasa. So now we have what we will call teething problems, the user challenges that users are now facing in using Adisasa. The biggest challenge in my view has been the process of conversion, which is called the Sectional Properties Act, so that bringing all converting the previous titles into the new title list, that has taken a lot of time. So you will find that transactions are taking very long to be completed because the process of converting the titles to sectional titles has not yet been completed. That is the major cause of delay right now at the land registry. But for straightforward transactions, you can log in onto your account from Australia and pay for it, or even view what is happening on your accounts. Thank you.
Makofi tena kwa Mr. Oloribo na timu yake hapo, 17 lawyers. I know Eric Kabuba, you're also watching. You are part of that team. Asanteni sana, and we'll keep, you've been listened to here, and I believe for those who have more questions, they'll get your contacts. I'm sure we will share their contacts. So asanteni sana, team Nairobi, Michael. And then yule jamaa katikati pale, yule anaitwa Justus Ndichu, Chief Producer, Chams Media. Tumpigie makofi. Yeah, he came into Chams Media as an intern as well. I think the others are in the background. We have Njoroge on the controls. Asante sana, Josephat Njoroge. It's gone very well. This is quite rich, and we move to the next session. We have two presentations, then a quick panel discussion, then we wind up. So men, hang on, because I'm there also. I'm told I should share my experience also. As now I'll be on the other side here. So thank you, Team Nairobi. Tuwapigie makofi tena. I want to appreciate Yano Busheluk, watching us live from Nanyuki. Thank you for your comment. Cocktails, this is cocktails. Anajiitwa cocktails, watching us from Kitale, asante sana. And Beverly Simiu watching us from Nairobi. We had a video that we didn't play, I think it's 2 minutes. NCBA, let's watch the NCBA video. You are switching mitambo. After NCBA, we will have a quick panel discussion. Quickly, don't go away. We'll have Azmina. This will be very short. I'll make it 10 minutes, George. So we'll have Azmina, George. We'll have Daktari also. There's a fourth one. Yes, Alice. So people want to know, why should we trust you? And yeah, that's a very pertinent question as we wind up our session today. And remember, there's another session right after this. I'm Justin. So niko ndani. I've been on my feet since 9 a.m., but I'm still fit. Ama siko fit. Ama niende. Tukimaliza niende kupumzika. Apana, okay. Thank you so much. You are great people, you know. I think we begin with We watched Guri, but this gentleman has been following us, and he said he would want to he recorded this a few minutes ago, and he want to say hi. He's a great partner of Champs Media. I believe this is barely a minute. He's called Mr. Kinyanjui. You heard the story of Guri Build. Let's hear him.
Alex has patronized our services, and we're working with Champs Media to continue empowering the diaspora and helping them. So basically, Guri Build is a company in Kenya where we're helping people build back home through technology and helping them get connected to the right professionals. At the same time, we have a very lengthy process, but to shorten it, we help you assess your piece of land, whether it's titled, we get a search, we check the map, whether the land lies on the map. We also get to the piece of land and talk to the locals to understand whether there are issues on the piece of land. From this point, then we are able to advise you and tell you, okay, we can actually, it's a goal we can build on a piece of land. Introduce you to professionals, and we ask them to design according to whatever you want to build. And at this point, we really engage you. And after this, then we move on to the approval process. And after the approvals, we introduce a contractor. The contractor is supposed to use their money to build, and so we ask you to deposit money in an escrow. And all these processes are guided by contracts that we get into between yourself and ourselves. The contractor will get into a tripartite agreement between Guribil, the contractor, and the client. And at this point, the contractor will ask for 10% mobilization. Because we are trying to hand over the piece of land to the contractor, they will give us a performance bond, an insurance that we can cash in if the 10% does not perform the work that it needs to perform. So at this point, the contractor gives us the insurance and he starts building it. So he will build up to 20%, 30%. And at the same time, we had asked you to deposit money into an escrow account. And so from the escrow, we pay the contractor 10%. And after assessing the work that the contractor has done, we're able to pay the contractor. And then we roll this process over, asking you for money, for confirming whether the contractor is building according to standard, whether they're using the right materials. We have our construction managers on the ground. And basically, we are your ears and eyes on the ground. And you can get reports, you can get photos. We have very many services that we can offer you. And reach out to us. Visit www.guribuild.co to learn more. Karibu, ujenge na Guri. Kuwa sure.
See, hata watu wapige makofi. Joy tunapiga halfway. Yeah, okay. Great. We had that didn't play. Na Rona ako wapi? So, and we are winding up. We started late. We wish we could have started in the morning, but we really tried to recover. You can imagine starting at 3, a program that we had to start in the morning at 11. So quickly, let's watch the NCBA video. As he lines it up, really apologies for the delay, and we'll try really and make up when we go to the next session. Apologies, Kabisa. We wish we started early. If it's not ready, we can. So let's have a quick one. This is important. It was out of demand, ladies and gentlemen. We will make it short. Let's have a quick. Land. What I was told, Guy, Alex, unajua sisi tunaogopa sana kuinvest nyumbani. Hata Le Presido alisema, Le Presido wa Western Australia. How credible? Unatuletea watu credible. How do we know the right person? How do we know who to invest through? And what are the things, the do's and don'ts? What should we really watch out as we invest back home, especially in the real estate? So the names I mentioned quickly. Join me. That will be short. Yeah, very short. When I come to you, you barely do a minute. Then 1 or 2 questions. Na tumalize. So karibuni. Karibuni sana. Great. I was told hii hatuwezi kwenda nyumbani kabla I've introduced them, but quickly, when I come to you, you remind them your name. And I begin with Azmina. You told us what you do. Why should we trust you?
Thank you, Alex. Thank you for this opportunity once again. So my name is Azmina Thaim, and I am the head of sales at Unity Homes. Let me jump very quickly to the point because this 2-minute thing is giving me anxiety now. Yeah. So why Unity Homes? Vertical integration. I know this is a technical term, and maybe most of you don't understand what is the meaning of vertical integration. Vertical integration means all the core functions of the value chain are within the company. That means we are in control of the entire process of building. Engineers are from Unity Homes. The development is us, sales is us. That means the architecture has been done by Unity Homes. The foundation is being done by us. The shell is being done by Unity Homes. The finishing is being done by Unity Homes. This kind of a structure eliminates a third-party contractor to come and build for us and then go away. So in case if there's any issue with quality or anything like that, we know that it is within the team and we can rectify it ourselves. So that is number one. Number two is delivery timelines. I can very proudly say that Unity Homes has been one of the developers that has that's delivered a project before time, not even on time. We have managed to deliver a project before time. So that is really a testament to the commitment in excellence. Another thing is ease of getting tenants. When you buy a house with Unity Homes, we are responsible to get you a tenant. Due diligence documents, we have all our due diligence documents in place. So if you want to involve a lawyer, we have all the documents that we are going to share with your lawyers. We have an in-house lawyer as well. So in case your lawyer wants to communicate with our lawyer, we are absolutely okay with that. So that means transparency. So far, we've built about 1,200 homes in the last 10 years and delivered. So I think...
I mean, one of the issues people have had is any developer or land company, whatever, and this is a question I was told to ask you people. They come, they are looking good, whatever, so you may not know. They are all angels, is it? Yeah, and then people pay off-plan, hiyo nyumba haikujengwa, whatever. So it's a very big question. Yeah. How do we trust developers, land sellers, Optiven, Pazurina, how?
I think also the payment plan, we have flexible payment plans. So that those payment plans are structured in such a way that they progress with the development. So for example, maybe you pay first 25% as a booking fee, and then your second payment will be due when probably the shell is going to be up. So you know, as the building is progressing, you're also paying slowly. So the payments are pegged on the construction.
Okay.
Yeah.
George, land sasa ndio kuna maneno sana, si ndio? Sijui title ilikuja, nilinunua, nishaanza kujenga, 2 other people coming, claiming the same title. Is it the case? Is it that bad? And can Kenyans in the diaspora confidently say they want to buy land home? Is it such a problem? Because I hear a lot, and I do daring abroad, we get those comments that land kwanza ndio kuna maneno. Is that the case? And how do we just make sure I'm getting the right land from Optiven?
Well, thank you. My name is George Washiri, and for us at Optiven, we have been there for 24 years. So we have seen ups, we have seen downs. And yes, land is very tricky. Even us, we have lost severally. But the biggest loss we had was 4 years ago. We lost 200 million. And people from here had paid, and we had to refund people their money. It was so painful, it was stressful, it was depressing. I actually did a book, it's called After the Pledge. This is a book you must read. Because for us, we say that if we make a mistake on land purchase, that mistake should not go to a customer. We absorb that mistake. So before you buy land, ask, whom are you buying from? Are they legit? How many years have been there? For the last 24 years, we have learned our lessons. And definitely, you do all your what you need to do. Like for us, we tell people, come and pay a visit. You know, we take you to where the land is. If it is Ocean View, Ridge Vipingo, we take you there. If it is Nanyuki, we take you there. If it is Nakuru, we take you there. And for us, we are open. We have an AI, artificial intelligence. You can be able to see where our land is. You can be able to see the places. Some people tell me, Alex, that the place for diaspora and place for Kenyans are different. No. For us, everything is online. You can be able to get the prices either on installments, and there's no hidden information. And once you pay, we process for you the title. When I came here, I had 58 titles. So I'm coming back here in August with the title. So it is possible to buy clean land, and you can be able to smile. However, if you buy from your uncle, from your grandmother, from your grandfather, you shall shed those premium tears.
Wow. Very informative. I'm sure many of us have been in those situations, and actually the point he's making is use professionals, do your due diligence. I will bring Optiven to you, but also do your due diligence. Don't say Alex Chamada and alituletea. Ama namna gani?
See, if 24 years,
24
we have seen
years,
it all.
so
So
do your due
you can
diligence.
buy closing your eyes from Optiven.
Mr. Chege, let's go to Chege now. To what extent are professionals in the whole process important? There are many, whether in the developers or land, CG, architects, lawyers, surveyors, to what extent is that key in helping to avert the problem the diasporians have been facing?
Okay, my name is Dr. George Chege, CEO Ken Mark Realtors. Number one, most of the people have been scammed because they don't want to use professional advices. Like for example, somebody may be selling you land in Kenya, and number one thing that you need to do is to do due diligence, because it's very important for you to buy land which is titled. Like what we sell, it has title each and every piece. So most of the people, they assume that as long as I know this person, it's not important for me to do the due diligence. But whenever you follow the professional advices, for example, it is mandatory, for example, in Tanzania, for anybody who is buying land to use a surveyor to point where that land is. But mostly for us Kenyans, we assume that we can be able to just understand where the land is without using, because you just want to save that little coins. And due to that, most of the people, we find ourselves being scammed. Next, using of lawyers is very important. Most of us, because you're buying land from your brother, you just want to just send money. But you see, it is very important to have an agreement which is binding. In case of anything, you can just go back to court of law. So it's very important for all the professionals in real estate to be used, at least to safeguard and cushion your money.
Great, yeah, so you've heard there the value of professionals. Let me go to Alice now, Mevida. For you, have you encountered those challenges? George has shared his experience, lost land and had to refund. Is it all smooth for Mevida?
Thank you, Alex. It has not been all smooth for Mivida, especially because Mivida was established back in July 2019, and shortly thereafter, COVID was declared a pandemic. So what that meant is a lot of people lost their jobs, a lot of people got pay cuts, and so we had a number of clients come back to us and say, I know I had committed to this payment plan for the next 3 years, but I'm not able to proceed because I lost my job, because I got a pay cut. And so in that instance, as much as we had already signed contracts with them, we sat down with them and we gave them a refund. We read through our refund policy, which normally is not very favorable on the sale agreement. But then Mivida had a gentleman agreement with all our clients. So what we did is we sat around the table with you and we said, we understand this is where you are and you're not able to proceed. Kindly allow us a timeline, a specific timeline for us to be able to resell that unit, and thereafter we refund your money 100%. And that is what we are known for.
Yeah, two values of Mivida, why this audience should trust you. Tell us.
A promise is a promise. That is a great word that SPRE in India stands by, and SPRE is one of our investors. The other reason is, I think I used very big words when I was introducing Mivida. I said Mivida is an institutionalized developer. What that means, before even we come to you as an investor to report to you on our progress, internally we have structures and systems that we report through. So we have a board that sits in India under SPRE. We have a board that sits in South Africa under Actis, and we are fully responsible and answerable to them on everything that happens at Mivida.
Yeah. Wow, thank you so much. I think we should clap for this panel. So allow me, because of time, we'll shift back to our seats, and as we shift back, we'll have a question and answer, but I want to introduce Jimmy. You could have been here, but ladies and gentlemen, let's go down. Jimmy is one of the local investors from here, ni mmoja wenu, na tunashukuru sana he came along to participate in this forum. He's introducing some new concept that rhymes with the property, land, and so on. So as you buy land from the investors here who have presented to you what they have, Jimmy has something. Kwamba usiache your land idle. Let me not go into too much of your talk. Take it away as your
Thank you, Alex. I'm Jambo Kenya. Karibu sana. Thank you so much for bringing all this wadosi wakubwa hapa naona wenye mashamba. And for me, I'm an avid investor in Kenya, and I've partnered with a company. I'm actually the brand ambassador for a company called Premier Seeds. They've partnered with a Dutch seed company in Norway, and at the moment, they're providing seeds for the market. So what they do is, kama ukishanunua shamba kwa wadosi, na hiyo shamba unakaa nayo for 1 year, it's doing nothing. They come and set up a greenhouse. That greenhouse, they've got about 12 herbs, basil, chives, coriander, dill, rosemary, parsley, thyme, mint, and oregano. And these herbs, they've got an order for nearly 5 tons of the herbs per month, which they cannot meet. So what they do is they look for avid investors, and then they come and partner with you. They set up the greenhouse. Harvest takes 90 days. After 90 days, after that harvest, it's every 2 weeks. And payment, oh, good. Yeah. And payment is after every 30 days, after 90 days. So while you're waiting to build with these big boys, and then you still make an income from the herbs. And that's what we're offering. Yeah. So as you see from the PowerPoint, that's Premier Seeds. The owner is called Simon Njue, and he's partnered with a Dutch company, and that's exactly what they're doing. Yeah. It's a very big market, very big market. As you can see, it's almost, in 2023, it was worth 171 billion around the world. And by 2033, they're projecting to reach 243 billion. So soko iko. So if you need more information, come and reach out to me, and I'll provide more information. Thank you.
Did you have any question for Jimmy? Umenunua shamba, umeona kile anaweza kukufanyia. Jimmy is one of your own here, and you see he's doing quite a lot with his partners in Nairobi. Any quick question for Jimmy? Quick one. Jimmy, unaona uko na swali hapo. I think kuja mbele kwa sababu ya kamera. Haraka, tafadhali.
Thank you, Sana Alex. To Jimmy as well. Agriculture is an area where I have a lot of interest. So I'm just wondering, with the setup they have, so you provide the land and they provide the inputs and the structure. So what about the management?
Thank you very much. So once you provide the land, they will bring somebody to stay in your land from day 1 to day 90. So from the start, they train your workers until the day of production, so that they can meet the international standards. So they train your workers to partner with them. Yeah.
Okay. Great. Tumpigie Jimmy makofi. Jimmy, you'll have another moment tomorrow. I know we discussed tomorrow. So, kinunua land, tafuta Jimmy, isikae huko nyumbani idle. So, and for all the presentations, we have their contacts. So if you've misplaced Daktari's business card, you know, if you can't get his website, but I think you can just get in touch with us to connect you with all our partners that you want to be connected to. Quickly, the bank and land, and as we summarize NCBA Rona, there's something you wanted to wind up with in connection with the land. Yes, quickly, a minute. Yeah, our banker.
Like I said, I sell what? Money. I sell money. Also, I don't just sell money. I'm the glue that holds together everybody in real estate here and Jimmy over there. I'll explain. So Jimmy, all he needs is land. Sindio? But you need money to invest, to buy the greenhouse, to buy the seeds, so that you can put in your land. But do you have the money? No. So I'll finance you. And how will I do that? You already have an assumption. You have 3 pieces of land. So you can take 1 piece of land, give it to the bank as security, we give you money against that, take the money, go invest, and do Jimmy's project. That's one way. Second way, somebody asked, Alex asked a very valid question up there. He asked Dr. George here, how do we know your land is good for business? Or Dr. Washuri here, how do we know your land is legit? Let me use that word. When you come to the bank and take a plot loan with us, right? There's one thing that we do for you is your due diligence. The bank cannot finance a property that is not good for business. So the moment you apply for, I'll use a plot loan because I'm using plot loan because plots are those which are normally rather contentious. You know, land is normally rather contentious. So when you take a plot loan with a bank, one of the many things we will do, over and above giving you the money to buy the land, is due diligence. So yes, Dr. Washuri will tell you, my land is fantastic. I've been doing for 24 years. Okay, fantastic. 25 years. Thank you, sir. But who can verify that for you? The bank can do that for you. So even if you have cash, by the way, it's okay to buy cash, right? But just for that extra check, take a loan with the bank. Let us do the due diligence. Let us do everything for you. We'll pay George here. We'll pay them. We'll pay all of, even the Unity Homes, we'll pay. Even Mivida, we'll pay. But remember, by the time I give you a loan for Mivida, for whoever else who's here who's a property person, we have to do due diligence, right? And that gives you the comfort that you're investing in something that's good for you. Amen? Amen. Good.
Great. And we also need to do due diligence on the bank, is it? Yeah, Amma, yeah. Do due diligence, yeah. Just say I agree.
Yeah, I agree. I agree. You should actually do diligence of the banks. But I'll tell you one thing. If you must deal with a bank, well, other than NCBA, let it be a tier 1 bank, right? One of the 5 major banks in Kenya. That's what I would tell you. I'll not tell you I'll tell you go to NCBA because that's where I work. But if you must use another bank, let it be a tier 1 bank.
Great. Asante. Tumpigie makofi. Ladies and gentlemen, you can see this was not just a talk show, but the second session has been quite informative. I understand there is a question for Centam, 1 question or 2. Centam, anybody who has a question for Ken Mbai? Does someone have a question for Ken Mbai? Centam Real Estate is here. Or any general question about developers is one of the key. Centam, you know them for 2 Rivers and Cascadia and so on. Okay, you want to be the questioner. Oh, okay. No, okay, go ahead.
Thank you very much, Alex. Good evening. My name is Laban Tanui. In regard to what our lady from NCB has told us, I'm seeing an opportunity for you to invest more in Unity Homes by something called an equity release. Because when you have an existing property somewhere, because banks do lend, they don't lend into security, but of course if you have very good cash flows, you can always get a loan at the bank And that loan, which we call an equity release, can give you a cash price for all the developments we are doing in Unity Homes. Let me not speak on behalf of George, because there's also an opportunity for George that with equity release, you can even buy property. Anyway, we are partners, so let me just mention that. Thank you very much.
Asanteni sana. Finally, very informative. Pazurina, Joseph, Joroge, anything? Ama uko cool, uko bien. Ladies and gentlemen, kilicho na mwanzo hakikosi kuwa na mwisho. I think that's what you are waiting for. Yeah, let's clap for ourselves. Yeah, unless I'm guided by my project manager to nisikwe nimekanyagia kitu as the presenter. Maybe kuna kwanga na news items. Number 1, Raila Odinga, William Ruto. Number 2, Wetangula. Number 3, and then a technical hitch happens. This story doesn't run. The pandemonium and the chaos. And viewers, George doesn't understand his technical error. Alex amelipwa na fulani. Yeah, so, sorry, that was on a light note. Huh? You know, I used to be a reporter. Thank you so much. Nothing. Yeah, okay. Ladies, and the value of this, as we present, imagine people coming on board. Someone recorded quickly to say we want to participate. Royal Tulia is our partner, and they are developing apartments in Malindi. Malindi is one of the prime destinations in Kenya, and this is really tailored towards the diaspora. So let's listen to this video by Royal Tulia Gardens. They requested to come on board, and one of their leaders watching us from Atlanta, Georgia, Raf Kilondo. Thank you so much all the way from Atlanta, and your team in Malindi and your team in Nairobi. You see how daring abroad is big? Let's hear the video. For Kenyans living abroad, you want to own a piece of the growing, popular Malindi town? Here comes an opportunity. Yes, an upcoming project known as Royal Tulia Diaspora Gardens, something the diaspora has been waiting for.
East-west for us, Kenya is always the best.
Located about 7 kilometers from the Malindi International Airport along Sulisuli Road off Malindi Garsen Road, you'll find 16 acres of prime land, and this is where Royal Tulia Diaspora Gardens is being put up, adjacent to the Royal Tulia Resort. Royal Tulia Diaspora Gardens 2 and 3 bedroom apartments will be generously spread across a 4-acre piece of land.
The reason why we have done this is because of many, many very compelling factors. One of them being that we are looking to be a part of Kenya's domestic tourism. We have the diaspora community that normally comes to Kenya every so often. So there's a place where they can come and be a part of in terms of Airbnb residences. Number 2, we're also looking at investments that belong to us, the diaspora community in Kenya. Of course, the government is talking about the pillar of housing. We want to have houses in Kenya where we can actually move over and be a part of.
Delivering in real estate is all about trust. Delivering on time is critical, and our name is synonymous with delivering on time. We are your safekeeper for the money that you invest on this project. It goes back to the trust side as well. So I'm confident at that level we will be delivering this product to a class that all of our customers as well as our clients have been accustomed to.
We promise to deliver, and this is going to be a flagship project that is owned by the Kenyan community outside of Kenya, for their purpose and for the better advancement of Kenya in the long run.
The project comprises 96 high-end residential apartments developed with the utmost elegance and sustainability in mind. This secluded coastal community of luxury residences, combined with cutting-edge infrastructure, innovative contemporary designs, premium amenities, and a sense of tranquility in lush surroundings beckons to those seeking escape.
The design is very, very pragmatic. We have done the 3-bedroom in a way that it combines a 2-bedroom with a self-contained unit on the side. So that becomes now your 3-bedroom. Now that self-contained unit could be your mother-in-law, could be your bigger son, if you want to live there, could be an additional income stream. In case you're buying to get an income, then that becomes 2 for 1. You're buying 2 units, a 2-bedroom and a bedsitter, for the price of 1 3-bedroom. Fantastic for young couples. It is possible that if you're a young couple, you want a project, a holiday home, then you can hook up with your fellow friend who has a small family, you have a small family, buy 1 unit. It gives you a 2-bedroom and a bedsitter, and when you're not coming on holiday, then you give it out for A and B and B. It's giving you an income stream. It pays itself off, literally.
The emphasis about the Royal Tulia Diaspora Gardens project is that it is a timely investment.
We will spend your money wisely. We ensure you get bang for buck, because at the end of the day, we also want a product of distinction. And we don't just want to build 96 units. We want this to reach its maximum capacity in a shorter period of time.
This is the time to invest in Malindi, because Malindi, with the pristine beaches that it has, and the close proximity to the major towns in Kenya, that's a place to go to. And not just that, everybody owns a piece of Malindi. We have the foreigners, we have the Kenyans, and it's also a destination of sorts, because when we come to Kenya from the diaspora, we want to come to those beaches in the coastal area, Malindi being one of them. We want to believe that this is going to be a massive project that is going to change the face of Malindi.
Wind up. We really need to wind up. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen, for your patience. It's been a great moment having your attention for all those hours. And we look forward to doing it again with you next year. I think I've really talked, and it's high time I take a break and take a listen. Clap for me. Yes, great. Clap for yourselves. Justine, come, wind up. Quickly, what next? I know there's another session coming. Niko, sitoki, sibanduki. Niko hapa, nisikize. Kesho, kanisa wapi? Then what's happening in the afternoon tomorrow? As you give your vote of thanks and appreciate your team. I know we've not appreciated everybody, including the catering team and so on, the deco. So take it away. Thank you so much. And we look forward to a great event tomorrow. Asanteni.
Asante sana. Thank you, Alex. Makofi, thanks to the Chams Media team. Makofi kwa tafadhali. Thank you very much. So it's been a long day, a long night, a couple of days. And so from here, there'll be a men's session after this. But first, I'd like to do a vote of thanks to especially the steering committee that has made today's event possible. And I would like to just acknowledge them again. We have our chairperson, Rahab, our vice chair, Kesa. And we have also committee members like Hillary, who's here today. We have Patrick, not you, Patrick, the other Patrick, and Peter, and myself, and others. So let's acknowledge the steering committee and just acknowledge them. Thank you, Asante sana. Also, the KCV Leadership Committee itself, they've really been able to provide support and to this event. So, makofi kwa tafadhali and the few members who are here before. Our partners all the way from Jamhuri ya Kenya, NCBA, Unity, Optiven, etc. All of them, please, tafadhali. Congratulations, makofi kwa tafadhali. Thank you very much. So, basically, from here, tomorrow, tomorrow's program is, we have a church service in Uwezo Liberty Church, that's in Hallam, and we'll be sharing the address with Chams already. We already was aware. So tomorrow we'll be in Hallam from about 10 a.m. to about 12:30, and then in the afternoon we have the Family and Culture Day from about 1 p.m. to say 6 p.m. That will be in Melbourne Town Hall. Where we'll be having a showcase of food, song, and dance, just celebrating our culture. And we have a special guest MHS Kosgei, who's coming. So makofi kwake tafadhali. Should be a big day tomorrow. So that is tomorrow. So karibuni sana. All of you are invited. It's a free event, but you do need to register. After this, we have a men's session whereby we'll be discussing, we have a very strong men's group here in Victoria where we look at supporting and really providing each other with guidance and support and mentorship in the men's group. So we have a men forum event after this, and we'll have also 3 sponsors in that session. We have 3 sponsors being, number 1 being NCBA, who are one of our sponsors, and the second being yourself, Optiven, and also we have Unity Homes, who are a sponsor for that event. There are also going to be town hall sessions on Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Wanakuja mashinani. So on Monday, they'll be coming to Southeast in Hallam, and we'll share the details shortly. Tuesday, they'll be in the north, South Morang, and Wednesday, they'll be in the west, from 5:30 to 9:30, and we'll share the details. That will simply be more intimate sessions where we're giving our visitors from Kenya time to spend with people who did not make it here today. So we'll share details of that shortly. So from here, we'll have, as I said, we have a main forum session where we'll be really talking to people and asking them to share about their life as men and entrepreneurs. And we have panelists who some are from Kenya and some are from here. And we're looking really to having a wonderful session where to look as really be able to empower our men folk, which is a big focus for us here in Victoria. And so with that, I think, again, makofi kwa Chams Media and Daring Abroad, tafadhali. So from here, we'll simply maybe step outside the venue so we can actually be able to register our men to come back in. And then from there, we'll have the panelists and we're able to start straight away. There'll be dinner served a bit later. It's a bit late, but there'll be food served a bit later for the men who will be participating in that session. So if you're hungry, please be fed again. And we're looking at winding up at about a few hours with the men folk, not too long, but really looking at drawing from the experience of our men folk, especially from Kenya, who we may never get to hear from in person again for a long time. Because they're here, let's take advantage now. So that is the program after this shortly. Alex, thank you very much. And Mjipikia Makofi for being here till now. You've done very well. Very well, very well. So congrats, guys. And with that, I'll declare the Daring Abroad Investment Forum Melbourne Chapter Business Event officially closed. Makofi! Thank you very much.